is nothing but a small cloth they used to move the boat. So at the time here, strong water waves are going up. So here, once here, a huge, gigantic wave moved up and fell on the boat, on the deck of the boat. Deck means front part of the upper part of the boat. So here, whenever the torrent means a great, huge amount of water grew up and fell down on the boat. The water hit the boat and he was thrown outside of the boat. He fell into the water. Before he fell into the water, his head smashed into the wheel. That means what here? His head hit the wheel and here he went into unconscious position. His mouth is filled with blood and broken teeth. And he thought that he was going to die. So he became unconscious. Then he felt there. He did not face any suffering. He did not face any unhappiness. But at that time here, actually the boat is also, because of the high waves, whenever the so much water waves go up and water fell down on the mast almost came to the horizontal position of the water. Horizontal position of the water means mast became horizontal. So the ship became like this. That means it is going to drown in the water. It is going to sink in the water. So at the time here, the water waves which are moving very fast hit the boat, and again the water waves set the boat right. So after some time, he was tossed into the boat because of the water waves. That means water waves caused the boat fell down on the waters in a horizontal manner, and he was thrown out of the boat. Again, because of the water waves only, he was tossed on the boat. In that way here, this person here finally he fell on the boat, on the deck of the boat, and he caught the wheel and he adjusted. That means what? He moved the wheel in a proper manner. In that way, he set the boat in a ordinary position. After some time here, when he was struggling to keep the boat in a proper position, at that time here, bunkers are there inside of the boat. Bunkers are nothing but rooms which are used to take rest. So at that time here, his wife moved the hatch. Hatch is nothing but a door on the deck. Means inside of the bunkers they were there. She moved the hatch and came out, and she said that the boat is going to sink. There is so much water in the bunks. Rooms are filled with water. Then he handed over the wheel to his wife Mary, and he struggled. He scrambled, means he ran towards the hatch to go inside of the rooms to check the position of the rooms, and he wanted to take care of his children. So when he went inside, already Sujane, that means what here? There is a bump on her forehead. So whenever the torrent of water, that means water waves which are moving which are going up very high, whenever they fell down here, the boat was broken into here. Some of the side part of the boat was damaged severely, and so much water came out. At that juncture here, she hit herself to the deck of the boat. There here a bump means what? Swollen. Whenever she hit her forehead to some heavy wood, so there bump was happened. The head was swollen. She got so much pain. And actually here there is a deep cut on her right hand also. So here whenever Arthur went inside, here he saw the bump on the head of the girl, and the girl said that it was very pain, and she did not mention the deep cut on her hand because she did not want to give trouble to his father, who was trying his level best to save them from that gigantic waves. So at that time here, immediately he took some, what is that here, covers, that means what here, a cloth. She took some cloth and he went to the, what is that, sideboard. There here some gaps are there. Through gaps water is coming out. That is the side part of the boat. Side part of the boat, some damage was taken place, water is coming out. Immediately he took that cloth and here he took some screws and hammer, and he managed to cover the gaps with the help of that heavy cloth. So at that time here, he saw two members, Larry and Herb. These two persons are here pumping out the water. That means bucket they took, they are filling the buckets and pouring out of the boat into the water, into the ocean. They are removing the water off the inside of the boat by throwing them out of the boat. So they are like a madman. They are filling the buckets and throwing the water outside of the boat. So here they are doing their level best. So at that time here, Radha remembered there are some pumps. So electrical pumps are there. With the help of them, he wanted to remove the water, but all the pumps were damaged because of the debris. Debris means what here? Whenever the water, so much water fell down on the deck of the boat, all the pots are broken out. So the crockery and the articles and everything here moving on the waters. That means what? The rooms are filled with the water on the waters. All these crockery is nothing but the instruments we use for eating food. That means scissor, here what is that? Fork, and here fork and knife, all spoons, and all the things were moving, and different what is that here, wood particles in a different angles, they are there, all are slashing, moving on the water, floating on the water, and they are making so much sound. Then he went inside of the boat and saw two persons, and here they felt he felt very unhappy, but he did not take care of all the bump heads and all those things. First of all, he wanted to save the boat. So at that time here he came out, and here finally he understood that the boat can't help them to move on the waters of the sea. That means what here? The boat can't hold because it was broken severely. So he expected that, and his wife here, Mary, and she came, and by keeping hand in their hands, they are sitting there, and they thought they are going to die within a few hours. At that time here, his daughter, who is that girl, Sujane, came out, and she made some caricatures. Caricatures are nothing but here in a humorous manner the photographs of on a small sheet. She draw the pictures of his father and her father and mother, and she wrote, they are very great persons. I love my father and mother, like that they wrote. By seeing the caricatures, he laughed very nicely. At that time, his son also came out, and he said that, my dear father, you are a best daddy here. I know your capacity. I am not getting fear. I am not afraid to die if we can all be together. In that way, the boy also motivated by seeing the motivational works of activities of his daughter and son. He was inspired very much, and finally he wanted to do all the things to save their family members. Finally he went into the chart room, and he took the chart and identified it, and he also took the compass, and finally he wanted to move the boat. Then when he saw the map, he found out that there is some hill, Amsterdam, that hill is there in the ocean, that is the island. So he wanted to move the boat towards the island to save themselves. Then he called Larry Vizir, and he said that, and he handed over the wheel and said to him to move the boat towards Amsterdam. Amsterdam is the island. They wanted to go Amsterdam. This is the island. So island they wanted to reach. In that way, they wanted to save themselves. So here he went inside to the bunker, and he did not get any sleep for 2 days. Then he went into deep sleep. At that time here, his son and daughter both came with a tousled heads. A tousled head means what here? A rough hair. Hair was not combed in a proper manner. They came and said, you are the best daddy. We want to have a hug. Can we have a hug? So here father was surprised. He thought that actually here the boat might have crossed the island and they are going to die, he thought. But the boy came and said, you are the best daddy, you are the best captain. He moved the boat very nicely, and you saved us. We are safe, my dear father. He laughed. He felt very happy. So here, why should I give hug to you? Why should I feel happy? How I became best daddy? Because we got the destination. That means what? We reached the place that is the Il storm. There we wanted to go. That is the island. So they came out and they saw in front of them Armstrong is there. So that is the here island. So he felt very happy and he remembered the motivation of the family members and the two crewmen who did their level best without taking rest. They did not feel sad. Even the dangerous situation also, even the disastrous situation also, without feeling sad, with the motivation, with persistence and perseverance. Perseverance means continue the activity without stopping. Persistence means what? Though we are facing problems when we are doing work, without stopping, we go on the work. Determination is nothing but a strong will with a strong mind to reach our goals. Whatever the decisions we took, we stick on to the decision. That is called a determination. So finally, because of the perseverance, persistence and a determination, they led us. These things led them to get success. So my dear students, in this lesson, what is the morality we got is persistence, perseverance and determination will make us get success. So they are in a difficult situation. They learned, they understood how to keep calm and composed. So without getting fear, without discouraging their parents, the children, even the children also motivated their parents and they helped him to reach the safest situation. In that way, my dear friends, in our life we are going to face so many difficulties, problems and predicaments. At that time, without losing our heart, without getting a discouragement, we have to encourage ourselves. We have to maintain calm and compose, and we have to maintain persistence and perseverance, and with patience, we have to take proper decision to reach our goal. So that is the morality we can learn from this lesson. My dear students, have understood what are the important characters? These are the important characters. What is the main aim of this person? To move around the world on the voyage. Whom did he want to follow? Captain James Cook. Who helped them as a crewman? Larry Weasel and Herb Caesar. Which ocean is well known for its roughness? South Indian Ocean. So, who helped him to take a proper decision? Who motivated and encouraged him to reach the destination, that is Il Armstrong? Actually, here to save themselves from the storm, from the danger of losing their lives, they wanted to reach Il Armstrong, which are like pinpricks in the vast ocean. So, his children helped him. Jonathan, son 6 years old, and Sujane 7 years old, they motivated him without getting fear. They encouraged their parents, father particularly, they motivated their father, and she said that, and she did not mention the deep crack in her hand, and this boy also without getting fear, we are ready to die if we all be together. That's why this title, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together, is appropriate. This title is appropriate to the lesson. So in this way, this motivation we have to follow in our life also. So whenever we face difficulties and problems, we should be very calm and we have to think properly and follow the rules, persistence, perseverance and patience with a determination. We can reach our goal. My dear students, I hope you understood that. Once again, go through the lesson and try to get the gist of the lesson. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice day.